Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Fanboy Corner of the Cool Story Show, where we talk about games, review games, and do the same thing we do as our regular podcast. I'm joined by
Aaron Corbett,
David Meyer,
and today we're going to be discussing the potentially leaked roster of Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and for Wii U. So let's get right to it. There's about 10 characters that were released, and I'm gonna list them off to you guys, and I want you guys to give me your quick impressions after I say each name.
These are the characters that were leaked, right?
These are the characters that are supposedly
leaked that are going to be in the game that were not confirmed, but
that's right, and it is a rumor. Although it should be noted that one of these characters from this leak has appeared confirmed as of Friday as a playable character in Smash Bros. So that's something to kind of keep in mind.
All right.
So, returning from Super Smash Bros. Melee, Dr. Mario.
Yeah. Okay, not a big fan, but whatever.
From the Kid Icarus series, Dark Pit. Basically, he's like an evil clone of Pit.
Okay.
Alf from Pikmin 3.
Okay.
Now, it says here that that's going to be alternate costume for Olimar, so we'll see.
So that's not a character, that might be a skin?
It might be a skin, yeah. We don't know at this point. Now, Shulk from Xenoblade Chronicles. Shulk was leaked, but it was just confirmed on Friday to be in the game. So before we read too much into that, a lot of people were predicting that Shulk would get into the game anyways, because Xenoblade Chronicles is a new Nintendo franchise.
If I may, who the fuck is Shulk?
Exactly. Well, you know
what? Not a clue.
We'll come back to that in a second here.
Okay. Sounds fantastic.
So we got Bowser Jr.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, the rest of these guys are returning veterans. So, Ness, obviously.
Can you do Ness, bro?
Mr. Game & Watch.
Oh, okay.
Wario.
All right.
And Rob, everyone's favorite robot.
Fucking Rob the robot.
Now, I'm going to give you guys the last new character that was leaked, and that is the dog from Duck Hunt.
That son of a bitch.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Really?
That's awesome.
I'm serious.
He's going to be the troll lord of that whole game.
Apparently they are thinking of including 5 or 4 DLC characters, which are all characters from the previous games that are missing, which is Solid Snake, Lucas, Ice Climbers, and Wolf from Star Fox.
I always found it kind of odd that Solid Snake was in a Super Smash Bros. Game, because when I think of Metal Gear or Solid Snake, I don't think Nintendo.
No.
At all.
I think PlayStation.
I would agree, and I think his moveset definitely was a little bit weird. But any new character that has a new moveset is good in my eyes.
I appreciate the new character. It's just a little off.
So, first of all, we're gonna go on these characters as if they are gonna be in the game, and I'm gonna tell you a problem that I have with a lot of these characters. There's Dr. Mario, there's Dark Pit, there's Bowser Jr., and there's Alf, and we don't know if he's a new character or a skin or what. Those 4 characters right there scream out clone characters. Dr. Mario was a clone of Mario back in Super Smash Bros. Melee. Dark Pit, I can't imagine, would have his own moveset.
He'd be exactly like that.
Exactly, yeah. I would... Bowser Jr. maybe is the one that I could see maybe having his own unique moveset, which I think at this point we can all agree, if you don't have your own unique moveset, I'd rather not have you.
You're a clone character.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and you know what? We don't need any more clones.
No.
Now, one thing that also in my mind is kind of interesting is the fact that they are supposedly doing DLC. Sakurai said...
You know what's funny is that Nintendo's not big on DLC. Really, they've never been big on DLC ever that I can remember. And recently we just heard about the Mario Kart 8 DLC, how they're going to release, I think it was 2 packs over the course of like maybe a 3-month period. Some tracks, some characters, a few carts, I think a bunch of skins for Yoshi and Shy Guy.
Yeah.
Like, that's great. And I think Nintendo's probably doing it a lot better than a lot of companies do it. Like, it's cheap, it's far after the release date, it's spread out, and it's really
and
it's
it gets
thought
people
out.
Talking about the game too.
I feel like it's a way they're rewarding gamers for like playing their game so long after the release, and but it's weird. It's just funny that it's like Nintendo's not huge on DLC ever until like right now. It seems they've kind of jumped on the bandwagon.
The thing that struck me interesting about that is Sakurai, the director of the game, had went on record and said that he didn't officially say there would not be any DLC, but he did want to say that that he would like his game to be as complete as possible, and that DLC was not being considered at current time, which didn't really give a lot of hope for a lot of fans that were looking for their favorite character that would be downloadable after.
Okay, I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Do you think supposedly this leaked content, let's just assume it's true, does this matter to you guys, like, at all? As Super Smash Bros. Fans, does it matter, like, these extra characters are going to be in the game? Do you care? Do you not care?
None of those names really popped out at me and made me go, like, that's awesome, personally. Like, even just reviewing the roster, when they released Mega Man and the Wii Fit Trainer, like, especially the Wii Fit Trainer, that was kind of like, what is this, right?
Well, you've got your Wii Fit Trainer, which is really outside of the box, and you can play as your Miis, which is cool outside of the box for a Super Smash Bros. Game. And I heard about this leaked roster that could supposedly be in the game, and like you just said, I'm not overly excited about any one of them.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I think we all figured that Ness was probably coming back, and that Mr. Game & Watch and Rob and Wario were all coming back.
The classics of the franchise, kind of.
Exactly. I guess the one that pops out the most is the dog from Duck Hunt. But then that's kind of why I think I don't know about this leak. Is how do you work that into a game like that?
That character is literally, he just popped up, laughed at you, and popped back down. Unless he's
going to troll you with a big message.
He was barely a character, and more or less, I think he just pissed people off. Kind of. I don't know how he would be a playable character. I don't know what his moves would be. I don't know how much sense that makes. It'd be kind of cool to see, if they wanted to go that direction, but I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work out.
So far, my favorite character announced is Pac-Man.
Yeah, man. Long live the pack.
My favorite character announced, like new character, Mega Man.
Mega Man.
You know what? My new favorite character is Robin from Fire Emblem Awakening. I was a little disappointed at first that Chrom wasn't in there, but I think it's going to be pretty cool.
Gotta say, I know you guys are. Never played Fire Emblem Awakening, not a really big fan, so don't really know where you're coming at from there, but...
Reviewing the roster, who's Little Mac?
Little Mac is from Punch-Out, back on the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Fantastic. It was a boxing game, but it was like
a little midget boxer.
Oh,
yeah, he had to jump up to hit all of his opponents because they were bigger than him. I'm actually really excited about him. He's going to be kind of like, I think, a bit of Captain Falcon clone, in a way. But I think he'll have enough of his own kind of style to stand out, hopefully.
I think he'll be kind of like a mix between Marth, like very ground-based, and Captain Falcon, very powerful. He has no air game, though.
How do you feel about them front-loading a lot of the roster with Pokemon?
I'm fine with that.
It's an interesting choice that they went with, like, how many did we all...
I think you got 5 Pokemon.
I think we got 5 that they loaded the
5,
roster
including Jigglypuff, who we all assume is going to be back.
Who also
quite possibly, along with, like, we got Lucario, we got Charizard, we got Greninja,
and Pikachu.
Yeah. Which is interesting that they went with so many Pokemon. But
the thing is, for me, as long as they all have their own unique movesets, I'm fine with that. And every one of them looks different.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. If they're all different, that's the key. I don't want a bunch of clones of the exact same type of fighter.
So I'm going to back this up a little bit here and tell you guys again why I don't think I'm not sold on this leak yet. We're missing some returning veterans in this game. At least in this post that I'm looking at right now, they're not here. There's no Ganondorf, who I think we all can assume is going to be locked to be in the game. There's no Jigglypuff, who's been in every Smash Bros. Game thus far.
We're assuming that might be in the game, though.
I would think it's pretty safe to say that those two are going to be back.
Okay, yeah.
It would just strike me as odd that those two characters would get the cut.
Can I throw something out there? I miss Mewtwo. One of my favorite characters I've ever played at. One of my favorite fighters I've ever played at in a game, and I don't know why they took him out. I don't know why he's not back.
You know what? Fantastic. Well, they pretty much gave Lucario all of Mewtwo's moves, so I was really surprised that Lucario is still
Lucario's not as good as Mewtwo. I'm sorry, but not in any way, shape, or form.
Like, I can understand why they put him in back then, because he was starring in a movie or whatever, but, like, now, like, Lucario? Really? Let's bring Mewtwo back. He just had 2 new Mega Evolutions. I think Mewtwo would be really cool as well. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about this league? Like, do you think it has some legs to it? Do you not?
In my opinion, like, I'm a fan of Super Smash Bros. I don't follow everything 100% close, but like, I don't care. It doesn't mean much to me. I'm interested about the dog possibly being a character, but those characters that were leaked, nothing blew me away. If they had come up with something drastic, like some character none of us would have ever expected, like maybe we had never been told that Mega Man was in the game, and it was leaked that he was in the game, that would have blown my mind. But at
Almost.
this point, with these characters that were leaked, it's just lukewarm. It's lukewarm to me.
That's a good way to put it. Although, like, I was going to say, like, at this point, who's really left that they could announce that's really going to surprise us?
Maybe old school Final Fantasy characters.
Well,
Okay,
that could be cool.
Good point.
But then we're really getting into third party territory, which
It's kind of murky.
murky waters.
Well, okay, we can say third party territory, but like Solid Snake's in there, Sonic's in there, Pac-Man's in there. Like that's all third party stuff, and like some of those are good characters. I mean, a lot of people like Sonic, and so
follow up final question, just for the sake of argument. Why do you think that Super Smash Bros. Has done so well, but yet when Sony implemented, what was theirs that just came out like last year or whatever it was?
That's exactly the problem, because Sony has no one that is remarkable enough, like Nintendo.
The name?
Sony All Stars, something like that.
okay, I'll agree with Andy on the point that like their actual characters not nearly as interesting as Nintendo's roster. Like you have Link, you have Mario, you have Donkey Kong, you have Samus, you have Bowser, you have Fox, you have.
It's like what we were talking earlier. Solid Snake doesn't lend himself well to Super Smash Bros., and I feel like a lot of Sony characters do not lend themselves well to that game. Maybe Kratos could be good.
I'll also just say this is a fair point to all Nintendo games I've played. Like, mainstay Nintendo games, Mario Kart, Super Smash Bros., Mario, Link, they have a level of polish that I find a lot of games don't have nowadays, and a level of like they're very put together compared to some games. And I like Sony All Stars didn't even compare to how fun Smash Bros. How tight and technical it was.
I mean, the other thing too is Smash Bros. Is and always will be about fan service. You have, you have 30 plus years of Nintendo lore to go back on. Sony just doesn't have that in its library. So
yeah, it was called All Stars Battle Royale.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, well, I mean, hopefully we're going to see if this leak is true. If it's not true, the next couple of weeks, I'm sure, will disprove that as we get closer to the release date of Smash Bros. For 3DS. But that's it for us. For all your gaming news, come back to the Cool Story Show at the Fanboy Corner. You can follow me on Twitter at Spiteri316.
Follow me at acorbett48.
Dave Meyer 7.
Thank you for tuning in, and can you even nest, bro?
Cool Story Show out.